Although prescribed to relieve pain or cure disease, prescription drugs like fentanyl are often abused. The opioid epidemic is evidence of this and has ruined the lives of millions. But not only those who have lost their lives are those who have suffered. Their friends and their family connected to them are also mourning their loss. It is important to make sure such tragedies do not go unanswered and misunderstood to prevent ourselves from falling into similar traps. That is why today we're going to explore exactly how and why people fall into abusing addictive drugs like fentanyl. We're going to be looking at the history of fentanyl, how pharma companies encourage the overprescription of drugs. Fentanyl originally started out with good intentions. It was developed over 50 years ago by Dr. Paul Janssen in 1959, and since then has become used the world over in multiple countries by the pharmaceutical industry. Multiple patents and new systems like patches, nasal sprays, lollipops, etc. are and the sheer variety of these new deliveries and systems are a testament to the overuse of fentanyl. Fentanyl is well documented to be over 100 times more powerful than morphine, and was originally only for cancer patients. However, nowadays it's being prescribed and made available for more for increasingly unnecessary procedures. And surprisingly, over the recent years, due to this, fentanyl overuse and abuse has been increasing has been increasingly rampant and has caused much death and suffering. The U.S. National Institute of Health states that, quote, fentanyl should only be prescribed by doctors who are experienced in treating pain in cancer patients. It should only be used to treat breakthrough cancer pain. It is clear, though, that is anything but how fentanyl is being prescribed. There have been numerous lawsuits by American states against companies like Johnson and Johnson and Teva for their aggressive marketing campaigns causing more use of fentanyl. There were further charges against these same executives of these pharmaceutical companies, who were caught incentivizing doctors to prescribe these drugs to patients who did not need them, these dangerously powerful opioids. This is why we have seen extensions in both the variety of fentanyl products and ailments to which doctors will prescribe fentanyl, as they find more excuses to get innocent people in over their heads addicted to these drugs. As these people get more and more addicted, they start hounding doctors and asking them. They'll fake illnesses, they'll fake injuries, they'll come up with lies, they'll do whatever they can. And if these doctors do not become dispensaries, just giving drugs to whoever they ask for, then these same patients will leave the doctor's practice and go in search of other doctors who will hopefully give them more fentanyl, more drugs, and to fuel their addiction. Some patients get so addicted to fentanyl that prescriptions themselves can't support them anymore. These people find themselves on the streets, ask when they're getting illegal sources of fentanyl and getting exposed to more bad influences and even worse drugs. In many cases, these stories end in heartbreak and overdoses, or this used to be the case. As in May 2019, the FDA approved a new drug called naloxone that was created. It's the only drug on the market that can actually reverse opioid overdoses. This drug has since then saved the lives of countless people and has been a very positive effect in a fight against the opioid crisis. Unfortunately, the name of the creator who made this drug might upset you, as it was Teva Pharmaceuticals. That is right, it's the exact same company who owns the patent and profits from all the sales of this drug, find the same opioid epidemic that this same company created. The same company that created the opioid epidemic is profiting off curing and helping people overcome it. Taylor's profit has far outstripped the meager reparations that has paid families who have lost loved ones. In their eyes, their part in creating the opioid epidemic and maintaining it has only been good. It was well worth it for them, and the money they made came with virtually no actual consequence. It is plain to see that the health of their patients is not at all the priority of these companies, as illegal drug dealers make money and regard people in the same way they regard that common street thugs regard other people worthless. They have used any and all tools available to them: lobbying, incentivization, bribing, marketing, anything. The opioid epidemic is a product of their labor. Still, they conspire to get more of their product into the bodies of potential addicts. While the drugs themselves are not evil, the faceless companies behind them disseminating their opioids are not happy with the small pool of cancer patients that they should be using. They desire more consumers and are only interested in turning as many people as possible into addicts. They're not giving these drugs to the people who actually need them. They're giving them to people who do not need them. Only these drugs are so powerful that they're only for cancer patients who are on the edge of death, who are experiencing debilitating pain almost daily. I chose this topic personally because I see in the media that people are often the blame is often placed on the individual, unrightfully so, as I think that is more that while people should take responsibility for their actions and that they should go to rehab centers and that they should work to better themselves, I still think that we discount the part of the system too much and that we place too much blame on the individual. As I think the system itself it makes it too easy to create a slippery slope for someone to get addicted and to have their life ruined.